Hey everybody, my name is Mike. I am Not for Coltrane. Welcome to your Coltrane Tuesdays for this, the eighth day of October in the 2024th year of our common era. Hope everybody's doing okay. I see that Margot and Mark are already here with us. Hi. Thank you so much for joining us as we continue our series of reanimated requests, Stump the Band do-overs, things that have been requested in the past and which I'm now attempting to do again. Those requests initially came in as part of the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. So for those who are unfamiliar, or if you might be checking this out on the replay and after Margot or Mark or someone else shared it with you, just to let you know how that works. People give me song requests, song suggestions, and I have to respond to them regardless of whether I know the song. So someone might request a song that I do in fact know, in which case I'll try to remember how to play it. Someone might request a song that I sort of know, like I'm kind of familiar with it, like I've heard it before, but I've never really figured out how to play it myself, in which case I'll attempt to figure out how to play it here in front of everyone. Or perhaps the song will be one that I don't recognize at all, in which case I'll have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. That is how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game, and in fact, for those who are live with us now, this is a great time to get in your song requests so that I can start to see what those might be and start to see what happens. Thank you, Margaret, for letting me know that the video and audio are in fact functional. That is always helpful and is always appreciated. And today, we are starting off with a song of my choosing, but that did come in as a Not for Coltrane Stump the Band request, I believe last year. I believe it was 2023. And my friend Stephen requested the song Hook by Blues Traveler. You might have guessed that the song was Hook based on the thumbnail that you had been looking at before the video went live. So there's a lot about this song. Hi Beth, thank you. I'm glad you're able to join us as well. In fact, let me also adjust this here because it seems like I'm looking a little overexposed at the moment. I'm going to adjust the image just slightly. The tie seems to be giving me trouble. The tie is only the beginning. The tie, I assure you, is only the beginning. There we are. That's a little better. But yes, the song Hook has been giving me some challenges. So first off, I have been following, I should also say, first off, shout out to Beth's mom for making this lovely tie. The song Hook by Blues Traveler features the one and only John Popper, who is phenomenal on the harmonica, as well as a tremendous singer. What he does on the harmonica and what I attempt to do on the harmonica are just, it's like it's two different instruments. But in the spirit of Blues Traveler, and certainly in the spirit of the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game, I will attempt to do something on the harmonica. And again, the standard we aspire to is not terrible. I did, of course, follow my usual formula for determining how much time to spend rehearsing for this, which of course is to take the total amount of time it would take to do it well, the total amount of time, the necessary rehearsal time, cut that in half, and then round down to the nearest 15 minutes or so. That is approximately how much time I've spent rehearsing. There's a lot going on in this song, but I think it will be okay. We're going to see how this goes. The song is Hook by Blues Traveler. It doesn't matter what I say, as long as I sing with inflection that makes you feel I'll convey. So inner truth, fast reflection, but I've said nothing so far, and I can keep it up as long as it takes, 'cause it don't matter who you are. If I'm doing my job. It's your resolve that breaks, because the hook brings you back. I ain't telling you no lies. The hook brings you back. Oh, that you can't rely. There is something amiss. I am being insincere. In fact, I don't mean any of this, but this confession draws you near to confuse the issue. I refer to familiar heroes from long ago. No matter how much Peter loved her, what made the band refuse to grow is that the hook brings you back. I ain't telling you no lies. The hook brings you back. Oh, that you can't rely. Rambling, make a desperate move or else you win, and then begin to see what you're doing. It's not for free, it's so BC, it's killing me. So desperately I'll sing to the other love. Sure, but also rage and hate and pain and fear itself. And I can keep these feelings on the shelf. I've tried, well no, in fact I've lied. Could be financial suicide, but I've got too much pride inside to hide or slide. So I'll do as I decide and let it ride until I've died, and only then shall I buy this title of catchy little tunes. I make 3-minute ditties, I wanna burst all of your balloons, I wanna burn all of your cities to the ground. I found out when I was around unless I play, then hey, I will go on all day, hear what I say. Have I prayed or pray, that's really all this was. When I'm feeling stuck and need a buck, I can't rely on luck, because the hook brings you back. I ain't telling you no lies. The hook brings you back. Oh, that you can rely. Yeah, some rough spots in the middle there, but I think we brought it home at the end. There it is, Hook by Blues Traveler. Thanks very much to Stephen McElroy for the initial request for that back last year. So comments coming in. Really like the tie. The tie will do its mischief. I think it would look spectacular against a black shirt. Ooh, that's a good idea. Really pop. It's a very lovely tie. Woohee. Twooting. The message retracted. All right. Well, thanks very much again to Stephen for that request. Not a whole lot that I turned up about the song itself, except that of course it is both ended up being a hit song, and of course was also a satire of a hit song by talking about how the lyrics don't really mean anything, or aren't really important in a lot of cases for what ends up making a hit song. It's the hook that brings you back in. I will say, I was wondering if in fact I had done this before as a Stump the Band do-over. I'm pretty sure I did not, in no small part because I think there's things in the lyrics that I would have remarked on And I definitely did not realize that there was a Peter Pan reference in the song Hook, although of course it makes sense that there would be a Peter Pan reference in the song Hook. That's kind of how I felt. So yes, so there you go. Anything else we want to say about that? I don't think there's a whole lot else to mention in terms of the song Hook by Blues Traveler, except that it's a good song. Also, it's cool that Blues Traveler is still out there doing their thing. They're out touring, doing their stuff. They obviously are not at the height of their fame that they had been, but they seem to be doing okay, and they seem to be going out and having a good time. So, yay for Blues Traveler, and I'm sorry. And things that I will mention for things that are coming up. We, of course, are about to play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game, so it would be great to see some requests coming in for that. Failing that, I will have to go into the bag of previously submitted requests, which also would be okay. The way it works, again, is people will give me a song request. I'll have to respond to it. I'll have to play a song regardless of whether I know the song that was requested. So perhaps someone will request a song that I do know, in which case I'll try to remember how to play it. We'll see how that go. Someone might request a song that I'm familiar with, but don't actually know how to play. Like I've heard it, people do it at open mics, or I've heard it on some playlists that I've been listening to. In which case I'll try to figure out how to play it. Perhaps the song that's requested is not one that I'll recognize at all, in which case I'll have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. That's how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game, and I should say it has happened on multiple occasions that the requested song, in fact, I am familiar with it, but I don't know it by its actual name, which was definitely the case with the Earth, Wind, and Fire song from a couple of weeks ago. I had some familiarity with the song, but I did not realize that September was the one that goes ba-dee-ah-dee-ah. I just didn't make the connection. So we'll see. We'll see what happens when we get some requests in for the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. One thing that I will mention in terms of things that are coming up, well, okay, two things I'll mention. One related to this webcast. Part of the reason it makes sense to do the Stump the Band do-overs for reanimated requests, thanks again to Beth, reanimated requests this month is because October is traditionally when I've done the one-person version of Inagata da Vida, the annual Stump the Band do-over that I tend to do at the end of October. I need to get familiar again with how to do all the different parts of that particular song, but that is coming up. That is coming up on the final Tuesday of October, so we'll be watching for that. Also coming up at the end of October, my friends over at Godfrey Daniels are coming together with some other friends of mine, Roy and the Secret People. Roy and the Secret People are doing a special Halloween show on Thursday. That is the 31st of October. Costumes are encouraged, but it's going to be a wonderful show over there at Godfrey Daniels on the 31st for Roy and the Secret People on All Hallows Eve. So I hope some folks are able to come out for that. I know I certainly hope to be there myself in whatever capacity. I don't know, but some way or another. So let's see if we have any requests coming in. I'm still salty about September. Yeah, well, that's fair. Tongue twisting. Let's see, what else do we have here? Woohee was about the rapid paced lyrics. Trying to think of a fishing related song, but all I came with a theme song for Gilligan's Island. We can sit right back. Hook was a phenomenal movie. Okay, so you know what? I can in fact do both the Gilligan's Island song, the Ballad of Gilligan's Island, I believe it's called, and also a song called Fishing by Richard Shindell, who is a tremendous singer-songwriter. He lives, I believe, in Argentina these days, but many years ago was a student at then Moravian College, now Moravian University. So let's see if I could figure out how to do the Gilligan's Island. That's right, I'm down a whole step to try to make it a little bit easier for me to sing Hook. I realize that singing up the octave sounds more like the original, but also it's a lot of strain on the voice, and leaping right into that without a lot of warm-up was a bad idea earlier today. Sounded to me like it starts in a minor. boycotting requesting. Oh well, I'm in trouble now. Sit right back and hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship, aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailor man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day on a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough, the tiny ship was tossed. If not for the efforts of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. And then, let's do that verse again. The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed. If not for the efforts of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. Let's drift this ran aground to the small uncharted isle with Gilligan, the skipper too, the millionaire and his wife, the movie star, Professor and Marianne, here on Gilligan's Isle. I realize there's another verse, but I know even less of that one, so I'm just going to leave it there. But I will do this. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. Blind, but now I see. Yes, it is. I enjoy the fact that the Ballad of Gilligan's Island and Ballad of Gilligan's Isle and Amazing Grace have essentially the same rhythm. All right, fishing. Richard Shindell. Good show, old sport. Fair enough. Let's I think I remember this well enough to do it. We're going to find out. Fishing by Richard Shindell. Please have a seat. Sorry I'm late. I know how long you've had to wait. Did not forget your documents. No time to waste, why not begin? Here's how it works. I've got these faces, you give the names and I won't deport you. Make sure you face my tape recorder. See his name. Here, by trade, you were a fisherman. I'll bet you Indians can really reel them in. If you get the chance, you should try to get up to Lake Michigan. maybe, but then again. Anyway, where were we then? Is he your friend? I recommend you look again. What is his name? Where does he stay? There is no shame, he'd do the same. So what does it take? Don't have all day, it's up to you. Which will it be? Good citizen, poor campesino. My dad used to rent us this place in Ontario. He'd show us how to cast lines and ties lies. He used to say, God rewards us for letting the small ones go. Maybe, but I don't know. Anyway, it's easy to bite, just take the bait. Can't snap the line, don't fight the hook. Hurts less if you don't try to die. As you know, I was a fisherman. How full the nets came in, we'd pull them up by hand. When we fled, we left them out just past the coral reef. They're waiting there for me, running deep. Forgot a significant portion of the first verse, which occurred to me as I moved into the other part, the bridge part, the part where it shifts into the major chords. The key thing, actually, one of the key details is as the speaker, the narrator is putting the photograph on the table. On this photograph, who's this one waving? Somewhere in there, I think in the first verse, he says, "By the way, your next of kin, I know which house she's hiding in." So now you know whose skin you're saving in this photograph. Who's this one waving? I think you know. Speak up, amigo. That the threat is more than just that the person being spoken to is going to be deported. That it's even more serious than that. So there you go. Fishing, or about 3/4 of the song Fishing by Richard Shindell. And I think I better leave it there because I don't think it's going to get any better from there. Wait, did I miss Fishing? I thought you were going to do a mashup, beautiful song that I'm not familiar with. Oh, okay, yes. Get up to get down with the whole step. Yep, that is absolutely correct. Okay, so anyway, a bit of a mixed bag today. I think in general things rose to the level of not terrible, but there were definitely some low points in there. So we'll see what we can do next week. See what we can do next week when we come back and do another Stump the Band do-over. And I believe it's going to be a song from one of the Beatles. So we'll see how that comes. But until then, my name's Mike. I'm Not for Coltrane. Please take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And I'll see you here in this space, and we'll see how it goes next time.